my only reply to their what would be, well, at least he wasn't still in Tijuana.
Thank you for calling Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud.
Well, do you remember when the old phone bills usually come in and all the phone numbers would be listed in the phone bill? Every single phone number would be listed. People don't remember that nowadays. That's how phone bills used
Exhibit
to be.
A, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's how my parents would always find out if I was on the phone really late at night. Because they'd be on the phone.
Yep, look at the bill.
Oh my God. So he grabs the phone, and so I love this all turns into, again, Randal playing Elias. Just playing him.
Oh, like a fiddle.
He says, "You love Mr. Dante, right?" And his response is,
You
"Not
love
in a gay
Mr.
way."
Dante. It's just the fact that he calls him Mr. Dante, because you can imagine Elias being the type of person that would say, "Mr. Dante, yes, Mr. Dante, I'll take care of that."
We've been talking about that all movie because we noticed that from the minute one when first minute he walked into the restaurant, he called him Mr. Dante. Yeah. From the minute he walks in,
it makes me think of my 4-year-old who addresses adults as Miss or Mister. Like every adult is, yes, that's Mr. Kelly, that's Mr. Dante, that's Mr. Randal.
I thought Mr. Kelly.
Yeah. Well, that could actually go as either first or last name. So
true, very true.
Yes,
but it is funny.
Or is a male or a female name? I know a male named Kelly.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I've noticed throughout this movie is that he only does that for Dante. He doesn't say Miss Becky. He doesn't say Mr. Randal. It's just Mr. Dante. It's the only one of them he has respect for.
He respects Mr. Dante as an adult and a seniority figure.
Yeah. But it's funny there. So Randal, again, he's talking to a child. He's talking to a bizarre cross-conversation to be having with a child, but still child mentality.
Well, Elias basically is a child, if not in body, then in mind, apparently.
More mind, yes.
Definitely in experience.
You think? We've learned that already in this movie. Mr. Dante has never seen a donkey show. I would like to give this to him before he moves to Florida. And I love this part. Gets married and does all the other things that keep him from seeing a fucked up donkey show. Okay.
All the things in life that keep you from seeing a fucked up donkey show.
What? I'm guessing that's children and an actual job? I'm guessing.
Right. Somewhere where people might find out what you did.
Oh, God.
What?
I think I Know What You Did Last Summer would have been even better had it actually been not about a murder, but about people witnessing a donkey show.
Yes, and paying for such a show.
The first time I Know What You Did in the second one. Because the first one wasn't terrible, the second one was awful. I still Know What You Did Last Summer was terrible. One.
But there's still gold compared to I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer.
What's that one?
That was a direct.
Is that a real movie? Is that a real movie?
Yeah, that was direct to video.
Wow, I did not know that.
And it's implied that it's the spirit of the fisherman that's stalking them now.
Oh, jeez. Spoiler alert.
Of course.
Spoiler alert. I didn't know that movie existed until just now.
Oh, seriously, give it a look.
I believe you. I totally believe you that it exists. I just didn't know that.
So it's been a long time since I watched this movie all the way through, and I always, start with a little IMDb research, and I first looked up was Elias. I'm like, who played this guy? Because I haven't seen him anywhere else, and there's a reason. It's because he's done 4 movies, and he doesn't even have a picture listed on IMDb.
Well, actually, I've actually made friends with Scott Holden, who runs That Man, a Fat Man, and he's had Trevor on his show. He actually does a bunch of behind the scenes stuff for gaming and stuff like that, for games and stuff.
Oh, cool!
So he's actually a producer for games now. So he doesn't do movies. He makes his money elsewhere. He does other
Which
things.
is funny because I think he honestly, for the role given to him, he acts incredibly. He really committed to this role. So he tells him I'm on hold. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
Elias is so funny though, because he crosses both hands. Like that's going to matter.
He's obviously down for this. He's like, yeah, I want this to happen
for Mr. Dante. That's why for
Mr. Dante. And then he's like, we should probably cross our dicks too. And
he better
zipping his pants.
Elias goes to actually do that.
What's funny is we were taking notes. And I pause it, and we literally even pause on where Elias is grabbing his belt or grabbing his pants button. I'm like, that might be our caption for this episode.
That's a good caption.
And be like, he's actually going to do it, isn't he?
Oh my God! Like really,
he totally would have committed.
If Randal didn't hit him, he totally would have.
Randal didn't dope slap his ass.
You almost wonder if the sexy stud didn't show up, would he take care of that role just for Mr. Dante?
Well, considering what he was doing during the donkey show.
Well, the problem is there wouldn't have been no donkey, so that wouldn't have worked. Yeah. Really, the whole point is the donkey.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we cut outside, where Emma and Dante are being the sick, lovey-dovey couple in the back of the car. Which, joy. Becky comes up and starts with the work. That's all you ever think about Hicks. Fine. Starts just teasing Dante. Becky comments on Emma's shirt. What do you think of Emma's shirt? What do you think of Emma's shirt, Thomas?
Oh, this is like, I don't know. You almost wonder, how did he end up in this relationship? You know, like, how did it start? How did it all like come to this point? Because it seems like it just steamrolled over him. Honestly, he like maybe banged some chick at a party, and then next thing you knew, they were engaged, and she's wearing a shirt that says Mrs. Hicks on it. Well,
she probably needed a jelly spine Nancy boy. And what do you know? There's one right there.
Yep.
It's one of those things where the fact that she had that shirt made, and I understand why she had the shirt made. She's trying to be, first of all, she's trying to be a proud. I know people that would make shirts like this. I have a friend that like made personalized bridesmaid shirts for her friends for a wedding. Like, this is shit that people do. So
right.
I understand her making the shirt, but it's her flaunting the shirt out of like pride. It's Dante. Like, why are you so prideful for Dante?
There's plenty of jelly spine guys with goatees out there.
I don't understand.
Hey, I'm one of those guys.
Well, I don't have the goatee, but I am jelly spined.
I'm not jelly spined, but I got the beard going. So
yeah. Yeah.
But no, I don't understand. Like, why would she make this shirt? Like, it's so ridiculous, and it's not even like she's wearing a long sleeve shirt under it, which makes it even funnier. Especially because wasn't earlier we found out she wasn't wearing a bra anyway.
Yeah,
like
you know, I see if this relationship were allowed to run its course, I see in less than like 3 weeks he's stuck in a basement wearing a leather outfit with a ball gag in his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh. So,
like, that's the controlling person that she is.
I can see that. I don't think though. Here's the thing: I don't know if she'd be the kind of woman that'd be into that. I see her like being very vanilla.
That's just it. She wouldn't have to do anything once she got him down there. She'd just have to tell him to stay.
Sorry.
But I was going to say, she seems very vanilla. Like, very, very vanilla.
Those are the ones that hide it best.
True. Very true. This is a valid point.
Okay, honey. Now when Zed gets here, the party can begin.
So that is actually where we've
already met.
Oh, yeah.
And part of me actually thinks that that's just one of many shirts she has for such an occasion. Like, it's probably between Mrs. Hogan and Mrs. Heller.
So you think she has a whole line of these shirts?
Yeah. And she just pulls them out based on whichever poor sap she's going to wind up burying to control.
Nice.
I'm going to throw this out to, it feels like, Thomas, you'll laugh at this one, like going to one of our podcast conventions and someone has like color-coded versions of their own t-shirt.
Yep,
varying colors depending on her mood. Like the mood ring color. Like, that's what I think of immediately. So,
oh jeez.
All right. Well, we end things with Emma actually handing an envelope over to Becky because she's really excited. She wanted to show Dante these, and that's where we end our minutes.
Yeah. Such a cliffhanger! Oh my gosh! What's in the envelope?
Sir, you handed me a coupon for a free Baconator. Wrong thing.
Wrong thing.
Oh man! So that's actually where we end our
$1 any size coffee at Dunkin' Donuts after 11 p.m. Right?
So I will actually. I just want to. I'm going to just bring people behind the scenes a little bit. This episode we were supposed to record this weeks ago, and I really thought I had notes for this episode already. I lost my notes and I had to retype them as we were watching it back tonight.
Oh, nice.
So the fact that I had to rewrite some of these sentences twice is crazy.
You never thought you'd say them once in the first place, and having to type them out twice is another thing.
I feel like that's this movie in general, though. I've said a lot of what's typed and said a lot of strange, fucked up things in this movie. This is, it gets worse as we go along. It really does.
Definitely.
So I will throw it to you, Tom. What's your history with this movie?
Oh, gosh. I can't even remember when the first time I saw it was. Probably shortly after it came out, because I was so on board after seeing Clerks that I was ready to see anything that these guys did. I wanted to see where they ended up. And when they finally came out with it, I was super excited and super weirded out to see it in color.
True.
That really threw me for a loop at first. But yeah, I saw it right around then, and I absolutely loved it. It was a great sequel to what they did in the first Clerks in moving Dante's life along.
Well, where do you rank this movie for the View Screen Universe for you? I know this is my favorite character in this movie. That's why I always ask people that.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd say Clerks is definitely number one for me, and then this is. Are you saying all the Jay and Silent Bob movies?
The View Screen Universe, pretty much from Clerks up to here, because there's like Jay and Silent Bob and all those movies in there.
Right.
Chasing Amy, all the movies pretty much that are being covered on Jay and Silent Bob Minute.
I'm trying to think because I love a lot of those movies. Mallrats is up there, probably right underneath Clerks. Sadly, I really love that movie. And then this is probably somewhere in around 3 or 4 lands, somewhere in there.
That's fair enough. I'll give you that. So, Thomas, what are you up to nowadays? Because I know you were in the middle of X-Men the last time we talked. What are you up to now? I know you left that show.
Yeah, X-Men. I moved on from there for artistic reasons, I guess we could say. And currently I'm working on a actual play podcast for D&D where, me and 4 of my friends have gotten together and we're playing D&D and recording it and putting it out. And that's called Crit Storm. So if you look up Crit Storm Cast, I haven't put an episode out yet, but we're getting a few in the bag to, get produced and ready to go. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Oh, very cool. So, thank you, actually, Thomas, for taking time out. I know this is a pain in the butt for us to plan.
Oh, yes. I've been so busy. My summers are always really bad for work, and I really appreciate you working with me and finding a time when we could finally record.
Oh, no problem at all. That's it. So, thank you so much for doing the show. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, as always. So, what are you guys doing after Clerks 2?
There are projects that are pending that I'm not announcing because it's way too early in the run. I have something I'm personally pending, like another movie I have planned. I'm in the middle of. I'll do my plugs. Hang on. We're part of the Filling the Void Podcast Network, and I host the Blake and Sal Show every single Friday. I have not missed a week in a long time, actually. Every single Friday we do that show. It's a lot of fun. We talk a lot of wrestling and a lot of sports and a lot of stuff over there. Then we do this show, obviously, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Also, by about 2 weeks after this episode drops, I will be coming back with No It Is But Today, a retrospective, which will be on Tuesdays, every single Tuesday, all the way until the Ret Live on Fox. That's how it's timed out.
Nice.
So we'll be doing No It Is But Today all the way till Ret Live comes out. So
that's awesome.
I'm excited for that. And a lot of people know from behind the scenes, Mandy had to drop out of the show, so I'm doing guests for just about the entire rest of the run. So
cool.
We have a lot going on. And then obviously I have other projects. Will come out after the show's done. Like I have a lot of stuff on the books. I'm working on things.
Very nice.
There's even thought I'm actually thinking about me and Kyle maybe bringing back out Burmy Retrocast and going back to that well again. We have a season to finish. We never got back. We never finished season 2. We should go back to that when we're done with this.
We'll bring that back, possibly TV Retrocast as well.
I don't know about that. I know about Retrocast for sure. Yeah. So there's a lot going on in 2019, people. A lot going on in 2019.
Oh, awesome. All right. Lots of stuff to look forward to.
That all being said, let's wrap this bad boy up. Thank you, Tom, for coming on the show. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's show. We'll be back on Wednesday as we find out what's in that lovely envelope. Till then,